So this past Saturday was Free Comic Day, and I was there as usual. And this time around, my wife and my 2 sons went with me. So the limit at Hastings is 7. So my wife got 7, and my 2 sons got 7 each, and of course I got 7. So we walked out with 28 comic books, which was awesome. So let's get down to the comic books that I got. First one, 2000 AD. It's the publisher that created Judge Dredd. It's from United Kingdom, and last year I had no problem finding it. The year before I could not find it anywhere. I tried, over the internet, and people were trying to, get like $10 out of it. I'm like, it's a free comic book. So I finally found a friend that shipped it to me. But great comic book. I've already read it. It's basically like an anthology. So you're basically going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're getting 7 stories in just one, and it's a thick book. So highly recommended. All right, so let me put this right here. Second was SpongeBob. I always get SpongeBob because it's always, it's SpongeBob. One that I've read and it's actually really good is The Stuff of Legend. I really recommend it. I really actually need to get the graphic novels, but it's a cool story. It's kind of like Toy Story. But it's more on a mature level. Grumpy Cat and Pokey. Grumpy Cat. Spectrum. I heard about this. This is from Automatic Publishing. Hadn't read it, but just looking at the pages and stuff, it does look pretty cool. So that'll be on my list to read. Sonic. The Sonic Sampler. Really cool. Centerfold there. This is a bonus pinup. That's pretty cool. If I were younger, I would probably take that out and I'd hang it on my wall, but ain't gonna happen. Alright, so next we have Dark Lily and Friends. This has Dark Lily, Monster Elementary, Rocket Queen and the Wrench, and Mage Inc. Looks pretty cool. Looks like a little vampire. I'm not entirely sure. Then we have the Boom Studios 2016 Summer Blast. This has Goldie Vance, The Cloud, and Mouse Guard. The only one I know out of those 3 is Mouse Guard, and Mouse Guard is amazing. It also has Adventure Time. If you like... That's weird, it doesn't even advertise Adventure Time. Oh yeah, it does, sorry. Adventure Time, The Labyrinth, and Lumberjanes. So this actually has 6 books in one. That's cool. If you ever never read Mouse Guard, it is super cool. It's by Dave Peterson, and it's basically, if you ever read the book like Redwall, he's a little mouse. Same story. He goes on adventures. Anything with like talking animals is right up my avenue. It's really cool. Avatar Rex by Grant Morrison. I've already read this. This is cool. He's getting into Grant Morrison's a deep writer, so he always gets into really deep stuff. And now he's like into Egyptian gods and all sorts of the like. And if you like that kind of stuff, I recommend it. Marvel put out the Civil War II Free Comic Book Day issue. I hadn't read it. I'm sure I'll give it a read. I'm not interested in getting into a series like that because Secret Wars from Marvel went on longer than it should have, and I don't know. Graphic novels is my way when it comes to series like that. Oddly Normal. This actually looks pretty cool. I like the artwork. This was one that my wife picked up in her 7 issues, so looks really cool. Every year I get a Bongo comic, and it's funny because the rest of the year I'll see Simpsons comic books sitting there on the shelf, and I just pass it. I don't have a care in the world to own a Simpsons comic. However, every year I always get a Bongo comic. So I have, for the past 5 years, I have a Bongo comic. And I've actually read them. They're good. But it's just like I don't want to pay for them, if that makes any sense. Pink Panther. When I saw this sitting on the table, I grabbed it. It's Pink Panther. He's back. American Mythology Productions is making a Pink Panther comic book now, and it's actually pretty funny. You know, granted, there's no words. This Pink Panther doesn't talk like the original Pink Panther. I know there was like a comic book, not a comic book, but a cartoon later where he actually did talk, which I thought was really weird, because my Pink Panther never talked. Comic book that I'm actually really looking forward to, especially after reading it, Rom. You know, of course, it used to be like, you know, it was Space Knight Rom, but or Rom Space Knight, but now it's just Rom, because over on Marvel they have Venom Space Knight, so, Rom. I'm looking forward to this comic book. It starts in, I believe, July. I believe July, yes. It also has a small preview of a comic book called Action Man, which I'm not interested in that one, but it's cool because it gives you like the designs. That's always neat. Alright, so let's moving on. DC Superhero Girls. This was one that my wife picked up. Looks pretty neat. You see Batgirl and Supergirl and Poison Ivy. This would be if I had a daughter, this would be a comic book I'd get her. Like, this would be a comic book. Like, I remember, maybe was it a year ago, a little girl actually wrote, I believe, wrote DC or wrote Marvel a letter saying that she wanted, you know, more girl comic books. So DC jumping on the wagon there, and that's good. Good for them. Hilda plus fantasy sports. This is coming from Luke Pearson. I was looking for the actual publisher. No Brow Press. No clue whatsoever. However, though, the artwork is pretty cool. You can see that. I have no idea. Science Comics. Can you see that? Science Comics by John Chad Maris Wicks. Again, these are just random pickups. And I wouldn't have, and if it wasn't been for my wife, I wouldn't have gotten these. Because usually I only get 7. You know, usually it's my nephew and me, and we only get 7 each. And I always leave the store thinking, damn, you know, I wished I would have got some more, but, you know, so I had to leave a lot on the table. But this year, walked out a lot more. Doctor Who. I haven't actually read any of the Doctor Who's from Titan Comics since he's been over. That's my son screaming in the background, squealing really. I hadn't read any comic books from Titan Comics of Doctor Who. I did when he was with IDW, but Titan Comics like has really taken over, and like every single Doctor basically has their own series. And when you're on like when you have Marvel and you have DC, and you have Image, and a few from like Dark Horse, and you know, a couple from Archie. Man, the budget don't allow it. I can't be reading 4 different doctors. This is a series that I always get every year, The Tick. And what's really cool about this, what's really cool about New England's comic press, you can go on the first, right here, and you can actually get their past back issues of Free Comic Day. And it wasn't last year, but I think it was the year before. I did that, and it's really cheap. Like if you want any one back issue, $1.47. If you want all of them, it's $3.43. You can't beat that. Like all you have to do is send them a big self-addressed stamped envelope, and they ship it right back to you. And when I did it, I got it back really quickly. Next up is Steve Rogers, Captain America. And plus it has a Amazing Spider-Man story. It starts up the Dead No More storyline that they're going to have in the Spider-Man comics. I actually read the Spider-Man part, but I haven't really read the Captain America yet. Next we have Junior Braves of the Apocalypse. I've actually heard that this is kind of like The Walking Dead for kids, and here it is, The Walking Dead for kids. This is coming from Oni Press. It looks really cool, and the artwork is like really, really cool. So this would probably be a comic book that I would actually pick up in the store if they. Okay, so it's going to be like a graphic novel. Oh, that's cool. It's available now. Graphic novel. So that'd be something that I'll be interested in getting. One called Awake. I actually picked this one up because, like I said, talking animals. And it looks like a dragon. Why would you not pick that up? So that looks pretty cool. No idea what it's about. Just looked cool. And it's coming from Action Lab. And the last one from Free Comic Day 2016, Moon Cop. This was actually my last one that I picked up. I was looking just for one more, and I saw, you know, something about Moon. And if you know anything about my wrestling, I'm Supernova, Sean Cordova. So Moon Cop, Supernova, Moon Cop. It's pretty cool. Alright, so that's Free Comic Book 2016 all wrapped up.